First of all, I wanted to thank you for watching this video. This is part of the series titled Money Tips from Cash. Today we will be talking about tip number 1, which is live within your means. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, why is it so hard to follow this? We have all heard this rule before, that you should live within your means. How come we cannot follow this vital rule? Well, there are many reasons. Some of it has to do with the materialistic society and the culture we live in. In today's society, it's all about what kind of car do you drive, how big is your house, what clothes do you wear, what kind of toys do you have. So some of that pressure causes us to live outside of our means. Another reason is the impulsive buying and the compulsive spending of many people. This definitely causes issues in the financial area. And finally, the ease of credit and the ability to get credit cards even for some people with bad credit does not help the situation either. So what does this really mean anyway? Live within your means. Well, what it simply is saying is that if you make a certain amount of money, your spending or expenses should be less than that income. So for example, let's say if your income is $5,000 a month, yet your expenses are adding to a total of 6,000, guess what? You are not living within your means. So if you wanted to find out if indeed you are living within your means or not, how would you do that? Well, let's go ahead and look at this question next. I will use my personal example to kind of go through this demo, which is demo number 1, um, live within your means. We will use an Excel sheet for this purposes. You may choose to use another software application, or you don't even have to use a computer. You could simply do this on paper and pencil. So bear with me, I'm going to go ahead and switch to Microsoft Excel. Here you will notice I kind of got started on this already, so let's walk you through this. At the top I have my salary per year, which is $95,000. Then I have broken down my Excel sheet into two sections titled income and expenses. So here, if you look at my income, I simply got the number from dividing 95,000 by 12, and then further I converted the income after taxes. I'm in the 30% bracket, which means that after Uncle Sam takes out his money, I'm left with $5,541 a month. Let's look at the next section. This is the expenses. What I have done is broken down the expenses into two categories. Fixed expenses, these are the ones that get taken out every month and usually are fixed amount, and there's not a whole lot you can do about them. The other category is non-fixed. This is more discretionary spending and can be up to you, and this is the area that we will be focusing on. So let's just go ahead and look at my examples. I have a mortgage payment of $1,365, a car payment of $350 a month, home equity line is $275 a month, car expenses, which includes gas, insurance, maintenance, is $250, and let's say I have utilities, um, which add up to, I want to say, $260 a month, and I have credit card bills roughly of $500 a month. Next, we look at the non-fixed expenses. So I spend about $300 in groceries, $100 in lunches, going out and entertainment would be $400 a month, and miscellaneous would be $200. I also put some money into investments, which we will say $300, and then my cable bill every month is $100, which is $4,400. Now notice here I already have a summary. Let me just go ahead and do this quickly, show you quickly how I did this. I essentially copied the column from C7, which is the one highlighted, which is 5541, and here I simply copied the column which is C27, which, by the way, C27 is the sum of all my expenses. So if you go down there, you will notice here is the formula shown up here. And the difference is simply my income and then taking out the expenses. So it'll be the column F6 minus F7. So you'll notice in my case, I'm definitely living within my means since I'm having a net positive cash flow of $1,141. Now, if you do a similar exercise and you're coming up with the negative numbers, then we have some problems and we need to tackle with that issue. So let's go ahead and look at the other steps next. So that was just a quick demo on if you can find out if you're living within your means. One of these other demos we will talk more in detail on how to do a monthly budget. So you say, okay, this is great, Cash, but what can I do today? How can I improve my situation so I am starting to live within my means? Well, what you have to do is you have to start out small and then work your way towards a bigger goal. In the following videos, I will be showing you many other topics that can help your situation. Let's go. What you can also do is you can take a few minutes today and do the exercise that I just showed you. You have to be honest and see if you are living within your means or not. What that means is that as you're writing things down, you have to be accurate on your numbers. And also what we're really looking for is the big numbers that you spend money on. If you spend $10, $20 here and there, it does add up, but we're more interested in the big items. Now, if you're not living within your means, you want to take a closer look at the non-fixed expenses. So in my case, let's go ahead and go back to the list of non-fixed expenses I had. And here I just put down the list. So for me, it was grocery for 300, lunches for 100, going out for $400, miscellaneous expenses for 200, investments for 300, and cable for 100. So the one item that totally jumps out at me is the going out expense. Looks like I'm spending about 100 a week, and I would say that would be an area that needs to be closely looked at. Maybe I can drop that down to 200 a month, which would translate to 50 a week. So those are the kind of steps that you need to take to get your situation in order. What else can you do besides tracking your spending? Well, I mean, spending does have a psychological component as well. When you're buying something, you have to ask yourself, do I really need this today? So for example, let's say you're buying a shirt at a department store and the price tag is $60. Well, you have to ask yourself that do you really need a shirt? I mean, in my closet, I have many items that I have not even worn. So the first question is that do I need it? If the answer is yes, then you have to think about where else can I buy this shirt? Maybe I can go to a discount retailer where the price is going to be down to $20. So right away you will be saving $40. Also, you have to realize the difference between wants and needs. Excuse me. The needs are some things that you need to survive on. So those are necessary as opposed to wants, which is something that you're wanting but not necessary. So you can skip those. Also, if you tend to buy an impulse, you need to address that issue as well. Because a lot of times when you do impulse shopping, those things aren't necessarily needed, and that's money you could have saved. Finally, next step, we are going to talk about tracking spending. We're going to be looking at how to create a budget, how to use that information to kind of figure out where your money is going. And in the end, I just wanted to thank you for watching this video. Hope you learned something. Have a good day.